thanks for tuning in. So today's look is inspired by a look I created on my Snapchat not too long ago. One of you guys was like, get your shit together basically, and I was like, okay, getting my shit together. So I'm here today filming this look for you guys. This is a completed look. It's really easy to do. It's a spring inspired look. So before I keep blabbering, I'm just gonna jump right into the tutorial. Again, if you guys haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And if you wanna know how to recreate this look, then please go ahead and keep on watching. So for time's sake, I've already filled in my eyebrows. To prime my eyes, I'm gonna take a little bit of MAC's 24-hour eye base. I was using Eden Primer Potion from Urban Decay before, but I don't know, I want something a little bit more lightweight at the moment. So it's about as much as I'm gonna take. You can see that it's not a lot. I'm gonna rub it on my ring fingers and then really gently just press it on each side. And once you feel it get tacky, that's when you know it's like all pressed in. For my eyes, I'm going to dip into soft brown eyeshadow from MAC first. Honestly, I feel like I've been in a makeup rut, and I genuinely feel it's because I've been using the same makeup. Like I haven't bought anything new. That can really put you in a rut. Okay, so this is soft brown eyeshadow again, and this is going to get thrown just right into the crease. Focusing it in the outer corner first before I drag it inwards. All right, that's cool. That's cool right there. I had to make sure I got my coffee because if not, ooh, I would have been dead. This is an iced caramel macchiato. I always get it with an extra shot. So this is a grande, so it's a triple shot, and I get it upside down. What do you guys order? Curious to know. All right, so dipping back into this palette again, and I'm gonna pick up Rule, which is that middle color that you see here. No, not the middle color. I'm lying, that was orange. Doing this one right here. And same thing, this is gonna be in the outer corner, but I'm not bringing it as high up. Finals week is coming up, like this week. So I don't have any homework, which is why I'm able to sit down and actually film for you guys. The winner of the show here is this eyeshadow. It's called Hot Paprika. It's a Pro Longwear eyeshadow from MAC. The Pro Longwear eyeshadows, as you all know, they were discontinued, so MAC doesn't carry this eyeshadow anymore. On Snapchat, one of you guys asked me what would be similar to it, and I recommended Coppering, just because it has kind of like that copper-ish tint to it. So I'm just getting this. This is a Luxie 213 eye shading brush, and I'm just packing that on the belly of the brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more, and I'm just bringing that upwards. After that, take a blending brush. This is a MAC 221 brush. I'm dipping into that Hot Paprika again, and I'm making sure that this is blended up into the crease. And then going back with my 224 brush, I'm not picking up any more product, and I'm gonna make sure that this is nicely blended out. Just like that. So you want like a full-blown like copper-ish color going on your lid. So for my mascara, I'm using the Big Shot Volume Express mascara from Maybelline. So I'm gonna take a makeup wipe. These are the Kirkland makeup removers, and I'm gonna clean up the bottom of my eyes while the lashes finish drying. To clean up underneath the eyes, I like to just use the Kirkland ones, and then to fully remove my makeup, then for sure, I'm a firm believer of Neutrogena. Them is the ones, girl. Don't even play. And then just going straight out. So I'm using, these are the Spiky Loubs from who? MinkWink. And really try getting this as close to your lash line as possible. Simply because since there is no liner, it's a really difficult look to forgive if your lash is falling off or whatever the case. I need to go buy some new lashes. But I'm the worst at like taking care of them. So I'll be on my way home from wherever I'm at, and I yank that shit out. And I don't even like pay attention to where I put it. So there's legit probably like 20 lashes in my car. Yeah, good times, you know? All right, right now I'm looking a little crazy because I don't have anything else on. But let's make shit happen here. Let's make shit happen. So for my primer, you guys know this has been my favorite for a while. I'm using Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. This is actually silicone free, so it's not gonna like crumble up on your skin or anything. I'm taking about 1.5 pumps of this and just working this into my skin really gently. I don't understand how some people can be so rough with their skin. I mean, I can be sometimes too, but I'm not like scrubbing my face with a primer. I have big ears, guys. I know. I'll be the first to admit it. So for my foundation, I want something that's going to be a little bit more on the full coverage side. I'm going to take Makeup Forever's HD Foundation Stick. This is in the shade 127, Y335, whichever one is equivalent or the actual color right now. This is a little lighter than my skin, or so I like to think. So I'm going to mix a little bit of Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation's concealer thingy after. And to push this into the skin, I'm using Real Technique Beauty Blender sponge and just pressing this in. Okay, so now that we've worked that foundation into the skin and we look like a ghost, I'm going to take that warmer shade of the foundation now. Again, this is Clinique's Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in one. And since this is a little darker than my skin tone, I'm going to just use this around the perimeter of my skin. And fuck it. And again, using that same sponge. So like I said, I need to buy some new makeup. Been in a makeup rut. I feel like it's because I've been using a lot of the same makeup and I don't buy as much makeup as I feel like I should. So what are some of your guys' favorite products? I know I want to try the Hourglass foundation stick. I want to get another shade in the Makeup Forever HD sticks. So for my concealer, I'm taking Tarte's Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. Honestly guys, I don't know if I used this in my last video, but if I did, you guys know how much I love this. And if I didn't, then holy shit, I'm in love with this concealer. Like, it's woo, life-changing. And if you think it's all hype, buy into the hype. Buy into it, because I ain't never lied. Reasons why I like this is because one, it's really good coverage. Secondly, it just does everything you need it to. It stays in place, it doesn't crease. Dying. So taking that same side on the Real Techniques blending sponge, and I'm just pushing this into the skin. So you can see I'm being really careful right here where the eyeshadow is. I don't want to mess up that shape. So now that we've done that, you know, the next step is to contour. So I'm going in with a foundation stick. This is by Anastasia, and I'm using the shade Mink. Just kind of, I don't do too much. Now I'm blending this out with Morphe's M528 brush, and I lay the brush down flat and then kind of just do that. I don't really know how to explain that. And then don't forget, you put some on the bottom. Sometimes I'll forget. Then I'm filling in my lips and I'm like, oh shit, good job, Daniela. And then I'm taking Kat Von D's Lock It Translucent Setting Powder. I'm not baking just yet. I'm using Morphe's E53 brush just to kind of push this in and set this before I even go in and start doing any like baking moment. So to contour with a powder, my Benefit Hoola bronzer is kind of done at the moment. So I'm taking this one by Too Faced, the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and we're just going to chisel the cheeks out a little bit and just laying this down on the cheeks a bit. Just right on top of where we did that contour stick. And then do a little bit on the forehead, right here. Okay, so now, just to add a little bit more warmth back into the skin, since this is more gray toned, I'm taking MAC's Give Me Sun, and same placement, just kind of right in there. So you see the difference that makes with this side and this side. This one has a lot more warmth to it now. Since this is a more spring inspired look, you know, I want to make sure there's enough warmth in it. So I'm going to dip into the Kat Von D Translucent Setting Powder again, as I mentioned. And firstly, I'm going to chisel out a cheekbone there. Down the bridge of my nose. And then on the forehead a bit. And then knock off the baking powder right here underneath the cheekbones. I don't like to leave this one on for too long because then I'll get like a really harsh line and I don't want it too harsh. Basically gonna knock off all the baking powder now. So for my blush, I want something a little bit more rosy tone. So I'm taking Fleur Power by MAC with Morphe's M310 brush. This is gonna go right on the apple of the cheek here. And I'm a fan of blush, but if you're not and you feel like when you put it on, you put too much, just take some of whatever's left on your sponge and just really push it into the skin. This is gonna make it look like the blush is underneath. So it, you know, it look more natural. It looking more natural. So for my eyeliner underneath or on the waterline, I'm going to take High Def Cyan. This is a pencil eyeliner from MAC. And I really like this color because it just screams spring and summer. It's a perfect aqua, bluish, teal eyeliner color. To blend this into the lower lash line a little bit more, I'm going to rub a little bit of this onto the back of my hand till you get about that much. And using a blending brush, this is MAC 217, I'm rubbing that up against the eyeliner until I get enough onto my brush. And then really gently, I mean, you know what? Let me do it this way actually. I'm going to really just messily kind of get this underneath my waterline. So now I'll take this and just really gently blend that out. This is gonna give it like that blown out look. you'll kind of get little gaps right there. I really want to hide that, so I'm going back in with the pencil and just really pushing it up against those little moments. So you can see the difference that makes with this side and this side. This side is a lot more loud. It's out there. It's showing everybody that you arrived to the goddamn party. How's that? So now I'm gonna dip into a little bit of steamy eyeshadow from MAC, again with that same 217 brush. And all I'm doing is pressing this onto the lower lash line to set that eyeliner in place. Since it is a cream, you don't want it to crease underneath the eyes. So this is why I'm using a little bit of powder eyeshadow just on top to set everything in place. So a lot of you were really into this look when I did it on Snapchat because of the mascara that I kind of created for the look. So what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of MAC's False Lash Maximizer, and what I'm doing is scooping this out. If you have a tray, use that. I was just really lazy to grab it. So that's about as much as you want to grab. You're not going to need much. So I'm going to take a little bit of aqua eyeshadow. You want to grab, if you have a mascara wand that you have lying around, you can use that. I'm going to use this. This is Luxie's Brow and Lash Brush, the 201. And you can't see it, but okay, let me, you know what, let me just try. So I'm scraping the eyeshadow. I know, it really hurts. And dumping this right next to the False Lash Maximizer. So that's what you get right there. Science, I tell you. Next, I'm dipping into MAC's 205 Mascara Fan Brush. All I'm gonna do is literally just mix that in together. So you can see what this did was create your own mascara color. And you can do this with any color, whatever concoction you want to make. So now, using this, and I'm going to coat my bottom lashes with this. And I know MAC now has colored mascaras, as with any other brand. So a lot of you guys are gonna be like, well, why wouldn't you just buy colored mascara? Well, you know, sometimes you don't want to, and you want to make your own shit, so. What this does too, since this is technically just a primer, it works as a really good base for colored mascaras if you wanted to use that. So if I had a colored mascara that was similar to this, I would put this on top and it would just instantly make it pop that much more. So now to set my makeup, I'm going to use a little bit of Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Since this is a more spring look, I figure, you know, I want this look to be a little bit more dewy than the rest of the look that I've done. To complete this look, I'm going to use a highlighter. I want something a little bit more golden-y, golden-ish. So I'm using Laura Geller's Gilded Honey. So I'm going to use this bigger fan brush. It doesn't have a name to it, but I want to say I got this from Morphe. I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose, the brow bone a little bit. So I want a little bit more glow on my cheeks. Guilty! I'm going to use Stereo Rose. This was a limited edition mineralized skin finish by MAC. I'm using this on the same brush that I contoured with. And I'm just going to dust that on the apples of my cheeks. Alright, so I went and kind of did my hair a bit too. This curl never looks like this side. Like this side just looks like God sent, and then this side is just not happening. Anywho, what I'm doing right now is just taking off foundation from my lips. Then I'm putting a little bit back on. I wanted to keep this look soft originally. Ideally, I would want to throw on a gloss, like a nude. Can't throw on that much of lip color right now because of my Invisalign trays. So I'm just going to use a clear gloss. This is MAC's Clear Lipglass. And that's going to complete the look for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in again. And yeah, hopefully I'm able to get more video up for you guys since I am going on spring break pretty soon. So if I do, I will see you guys very soon. Bye. Dying. I'm the fucking worst at wearing lashes. Oh, I feel like I need music. I'm done. So what are your fuck, I can't speak English today. Life changing. And since this is like a spring inspired look, God, that sounded like I had hella lisp there. So now I'm gonna dip into a little bit of steamy eye. Ooh, okay. This is the closest I'll ever get to the kitchen. Ah! No, I'm just kidding. I really should be cooking more.